Alright, so I wanted to make a quick video about Ibram X Kendi. If you don't know who he is, he's like he's a CRT guy, the critical race theory guy. Anyway, he had posted a video the other day where he said it was horrifying that his daughter said she wants to be a boy. Here's the quote. Even talking about gender, I think it was last week my daughter came home and said she wanted to be a boy. That's a kid he said in the video that includes his name on the screen. Which is horrifying for my wife to hear, myself to hear. And so, of course, we're like, okay, what affirmative messages about girlhood, can we be teaching her to protect her from whatever she's hearing in our home or even outside of our home that would make her want to be a boy? Ian Miles Chong on Twitter was the one who would put this actual video up. I don't know how long the video was. I don't follow Kendi. He's an idiot. It's not enough to be not racist. You got to be anti-racist. And critical race theory, and it's a bunch of bullshit. CRT is a bunch of bullshit. All it does is try to point the finger of blame at other people, which is a common leftist thing. But anyway, I just thought it was funny because it's like, here's a guy who's, supposed to be all about, hey, critical race theory and stuff, but apparently he's against transgenderism. I mean, I'm not really sure. I don't want to sit there and just paint with a broad brush and say he is absolutely the transphobe or whatever. I don't know. But it's like, it wouldn't be that surprising though, because a lot of times the people who bitch the most and who complain the most and talk about being the wokest and all this stuff, it's like they'll sit there and they harbor their own deep-rooted prejudices and biases and stuff. And it's virtue signaling to try to get away from it. It's like the old Republican senators in the old days. They used to talk about homosexuality is so wrong and it's bad and this and that and everything. And then you'd find out that they were getting BJs in the bathroom in a gas station or something like that. You're like, what the hell? That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. I wanted to talk about this other story, though. This is kind of connected with Kendi, because he had recently posted a poll on Twitter about the results of a poll, I should say. And it's, this is basically the story. More than a third of white students lie about their race on college applications, survey finds. And Kendi had posted about this, basically. Which, of course, goes completely against his entire narrative that he spent his entire life talking about. Whereas about, white privilege and white people get all this stuff for free and blah, blah, blah. That they have so much power and everything. Because if over a third of the white students are lying about their race on the college applications in order to try to get in, well, that just kind of blows apart the whole white privilege thing. They found that 34% of white students who applied to colleges falsely claimed they were a racial minority on their applications. Most students, 48%, claimed to be Native American. 77% of white applicants who lied about their race on their application were accepted to those colleges. So, which again kind of blows apart his whole idea that, well, if white people get everything, they get a fellow, or that they get basically a red carpet to being accepted in power and so on and such forth and stuff. And it's like, what the hell are you talking about? If that's true, then why are all these people lying about their race? I guess one thing I thought was kind of funny is like 48% claim to be Native American, 13% claim that they were Latino. Okay, 10% falsely claim to be black. So we got a bunch of Rachel Dolezals and Sean Kings and stuff in here. Which I know Rachel Dolezal isn't black, but I don't know about Sean King. I think he might actually be black. Maybe he's just super light skinned. I don't know. And then 9% lied that they were Asian or Pacific Islander, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because why would you lie about being Asian? Maybe you thought you could pass better, but you get dock points on your applications basically. You gotta have like super grades basically because they look down. Actually, they look down, but they look at Asians as, oh well, there's so many Asians and so many smart, hardworking Asians that we can only take the best of the best or something like that or whatever, But, and they continue, they go on. 48% of white male applicants lied about their race, while 16% of white female applicants did so. And stuff. And, it's that kind of thing. And then they break it down even further. Here's what the men claimed. And, 1 in 4 women claimed to be Latino. They're also twice as likely as men to pretend to be black, whereas twice as many men claim to be Native American and stuff. And which is just kind of weird. You know, it's like, well, I don't see why there are differences among the genders or whatever, but whatever. I just thought it was kind of interesting. I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. I've already gone over 5 minutes. Just basically I just thought this, like I said, I thought this was funny because Kendi's trying to use this as a, hey, how dare these white people lie about, being, people of color when it blows apart the entire thing that he spent his life about, when it's about white privilege, you know. But anyway, like I said, go on. I'll wrap this up here. Thank you very much for watching and have a good one.